A day following Joseph Schuster, chief of the Center Justice of Jew in Germany, alerted versus Hebrew men tiring a Kippa, cap, in social rally wore the chief cover in a motion of cohesion. The greatest occasion took location in Berlin, in some demonstrations detained through the nation in Erfurt, Potsdam, and Cologne, in human beings of various faiths upcoming along. Schuster's speech came following recent 1 week's against Semitic assault in Berlin. How aim two men tiring kippas. The paper says how 1,381 of such attacks were devoted by human beings related in the far order. Students versus the far order. The demonstrations get location at a period wherever down there is increasing anxiety above the impact of the distant right AfD, option for Germany, side, the greatest opposition in parliament. Permanent on and against immigration, against Islam plate, it won 12.6% of the voice, a outcome outlined by guideline side figures as a policy quake. Recent Saturday, the Association of Hebrew Students met in Frankfurt, wherever they elect via a politics governing how it would include anything due in the side. I sense how if we didn't include the safety measures we include, police force in front line of each Hebrew establishment, later we wouldn't include the lifetime there. Since of the AfD, we can never remain secure there. Grinfeld says the AfD is trying to camo its racist by offer its supporting to the Hebrew society, supporting she says it does not wish. He's as if they're hard to tell, we stay in the Jew but we don't wish them since of their counterfeit cohesion. He's not actual cohesion. If you consumer demand how ritualistic slaughtering is not permitted and claim versus liberty of sectarian rights in Germany. Later you can't be a boyfriend of the Hebrew human beings. They try to use the we stay in the Jew so we can't be bigot, we're not against Semitic link, that is of year which they are. Against Semitic assault. Recent 1 week's assault in Berlin, that was seized on live video, inflicted enormous upheaval during in Germany. The length shows the offensive, a Syriac asylum seeker, shouting, Yahudi, the Arabic language speech for Jew, time flogging the sacrifice in his waist. The sacrifice, Adam Armish, a 21-year-old Israelite who is not Hebrew, said Deutsche Print how he had worn out the kippah in and try to show how Berlin did not include an against Semitic ambience. Days after, Chancellor Angela Merkel convicted the assault, time reflecting anxiety above the occurrence of else shape of against Semitism, towards of how perpetrated by the far order. In April, the Deutsche by the government equipped Felix Klein as its at first specific messenger to display and fight against Semitism. Yet now Jew in Germany are florid in a reviving far order as so as a new type of against Semitism. How is the outcome of migration of the Arabic planet? Several opponents of Merkel's asylum seeker politics are with a line of ladder against Semitic incidents to assault her position. Several supporters of her outdoor politics reject how migration of Muslim most countries and a splash in against Semitism are at all associated. Germany as necessary to do how Jew can sense secure in Berlin, Hamburg, or Munich. To do so, Germans will requirement to do hard option, Dursis told. More than importance, crowds as well collected in Cologne to give their supporting to the regional Hebrew society. I sense as if the ambience has modified. Human beings say on the wavelength of Muslim migration, but the hazard as well comes of excess order wing. House wherever largest against Semitic criminality in Germany comes of. Against Semitism is on the growth and sentiments that refuge been done social up are now creature done social since of the growth of the AfD. Tomsid feels how the successful of the AfD has encouraged against Semites and permitted them to vote their view out of embarrassment. He as well waste distant right rhetorical, that blames the attacks on refuge repatriates escaping of Arabic nations. I've met lot refugees individually and I'm proud to urge them my friends, but the issue is for a lot of them is how they'd never met a Jew up, Tomsid added. They don't aware which we stay for or who we are. They fair suppose. How's not real for all, but it is for a considerable sum. To the order fender, he's more than problematical and he's not departure off. He's on the growth. And as a worldly Jew who lives the lifetime of an ordinary individual there in Germany, The order fender occasionally scares me.